Tom Grundy is the editor-in-chief and founder of Hong Kong Free Press, a non-profit English-language news media outlet. Tom, why did you decide to stay in Hong Kong when so many others, including the young artists we just saw in our report, left the city?
Great question. I mean, for HKFP, at least, we have privileges that we don't have in the mainland. We can ask officials tough questions, monitor the legislature and courts, and speak directly to Hong Kongers. So we want to occupy the remaining space that we still have here, that breathing room. Having said that, the city's press freedom ranking has been decimated in recent years in what was once a press freedom hub for the entire region. For the first time, we're seeing journalists behind bars. At least half a dozen news outlets have disbanded, arrests over speech, and raids on newsrooms and arrests. And, you know, we certainly didn't sign up for these risks. And for us, it's still better being in than out, though. And as a strictly impartial outlet, backed by an ethics code, we just take one day at a time.
You said that your breathing room is, of course, restricted. How has your everyday work changed?
Well, it's quite difficult to get people to speak on record nowadays. Opposition-minded people are perhaps too afraid to speak, and even pro-Beijing or pro-government-minded people don't want to get a word wrong. The government, of course, says that this law is bringing peace and stability, but if you name a sector in the private or public sphere, it's difficult to see who hasn't been affected. Even when the government is saying it only affects a few people. Over 60 civil society groups have now disbanded. All opposition voices, traditional Democrats, are either behind bars, in self-exile, or have quit politics. And protests are very much a rare scene now, with sensitive books pulled from library shelves and patriotic education at schools.
So when you talk to average Hong Kongers, do you get the sense that most have made their peace with the new rules?
Well, surveys suggest people are still, pro-democracy minded. And like I say, there's patriotic education now from kindergarten to university, so that may well change with time. With elections restricted and the candidates pre-approved, and the most reputable pollster saying they will no longer be asking sensitive questions, it's quite difficult to actually get a gauge of how people are thinking. But as I say, there is a lot of criticism towards the security law over the last 3 years.
Tom Grundy there, editor-in-chief of the Hong Kong Free Press. Thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you.